Perhaps the biggest surprise of 2018 came in Ethiopia. Some economists are calling it the Abiy Effect. Back in March, the appointment of new Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed pretty much upended the country's previous political, diplomatic and business systems following a lifting of a state of emergency. Abiy's move to defuse a conflict that has plagued the Horn of Africa for decades revived the possibility of an integrated Afro-Gulf region. Already, we've seen the practical implications of a peace deal with Eritrea. Ethiopian Airlines began daily flights between Asmara and Addis Ababa. Landlocked Ethiopia now has access to Eritrea's Red Sea ports. And Eritrean industries can now service the growing markets of its much larger and more populous southern neighbor. The peace deal will eventually benefit the wider sub-region. But of course, analysts point out that negotiations are still in their early stages, and the process is likely to take time. Abiy has also made a move to tweak Ethiopia's economic model, with a strategy that seems to evolve around state-backed development and an open and vibrant private sector. 2018 saw huge investments in infrastructure, specifically its standout project, the Grand Renaissance Dam. It will be the largest on the African continent and will house 2 power stations with a combined output of 15,000 gigawatt hours per year. The government also plans to offload shares in some of its major state enterprises, such as Ethio Telecom, Ethiopian Airlines, and electric and logistics firms. Abiy is also encouraging more foreign investment in its manufacturing industry, mainly into new industrial parks and privatization inflows. Currently, 15 industrial parks are in the pipeline, most of which were built and will be operated by Chinese companies. All this is why some economists are calling Ethiopia the new China. With cheap labor costs, it is angling to compete with India and China. Already, fashion brands like H&M, Guess, J.Crew and Naturalizer have established manufacturing centers in the country. And that is why it is now Africa's fastest growing economy. Growth is expected to step up in 2019, supported by stronger confidence as past uncertainties slowly disappear. But the IMF says there are risks to its outlook. Large external imbalances and the high risk of debt distress are some of the key threats that could constrain any future growth. Those can be managed by better fiscal responsibility. But in order to reshape its dynamics in the next decade, Abiy has to deliver on his promise for more inclusive political dialogue, as well as the opening up of its economy to private investment and competition. Uche Okoronkwo, CGTN.